it is I. Now the USA probably has the most diverse car culture of any country. I mean, you get show cars, high horsepower cars, off-roaders, and even all of them in one. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how to make different types of modified cars you may come across in the USA. Anyways, 4,000 likes is the target for today's video. If we do manage to hit that, then I'll make the same video but for a different country. Ooh, it might be your one, it might be my one, I don't know. Anyways, without further ado, let's get to this video. Let's say you spent many of your hours mowing lawns around the neighborhood and you spent all your hard-earned money on a 94 Celica. Oh, what's that? You don't have enough money to modify your car? Well, let me show you how to do it on a budget. Alright, so first things first, you need to plastic dip your wheels black like this. Now you can add a bunch of random stickers on the back. Oh yeah, and don't forget about the obligatory Supreme sticker on the wheel arch. Then make sure that you cut your springs so you're lowered all the way. Then you can go on eBay and you can find yourself a used Celica wing like this, even if it's mismatched, doesn't matter, put it on. Then make sure to paint the brake calipers of your car red because as you may know, it adds a lot of power. Also for the window tint, go for the darkest tint you can find like this. Now you can wrap the bonnet of your car or the hood in a carbon fiber wrap like this. And now you are done. Wait, hang on a second, you don't have any engine mods for your car? Well, in that case, I guess you could just cut the resonator off and now you're done. And now you can drive through your quiet neighborhood in the lowest gear possible, being as loud as you can. And yeah, man, everybody's gonna love you after this. And also, yeah, don't forget, yeah, when you're reversing your car, yeah, don't forget to rev it so people know you're driving a manual car, you get me? USA has a very diverse landscape full of mountains, deserts, forests. It's beautiful, it's so beautiful. So why not build a car to take it all in? So first of all, you need to find yourself a car, so why not go for a cheap Defender? Even though these cars go for like crazy amount of money nowadays. Anyways, the first modification you need to do is of course install some high profile tires which barely do anything. And of course, to live in this car, you of course need a rooftop tent. Look at that. Now to paint the car, well, let's go for a neutral color. Maybe something like this sandy sort of color. Hey, this looks very nice. Now put this weird color scheme sort of thing on either side of the car because you want to be quirky. And finally, put something like Oregon to Connecticut or something because that makes you look like you're on a journey. And finally, give it an American flag and you are done. You can now inconvenience yourself by living in a car, but who cares when the views are this good? Hey, honestly, not gonna lie, I really want to do this in real life. And we can't talk about car culture in the USA without mentioning the HELLCAT people. Oh, I mean, they're not really car guys, they're more show-offs, but they are a part of the car community, unfortunately. Anyways, to modify your car like HELLCAT people, go to the exhaust and make it as loud as you can. Yeah, my ears are bleeding right now. Now let's go to the wheels and make sure to paint them black. Put the craziest wrap you can find on the car, maybe something like this camo. Also make sure to paint the hood black because this is like a HELLCAT thing to do. Put some claw marks on the side of the car, something like this. Put a massive HELLCAT decal on either side of the car like this. Also make sure to keep the bumper protectors on because during those takeovers, yeah, there are a lot of crashes. Also make sure to get colored LED headlights, which you can't do in this game, so I'll just edit it in. And you are done. You can now do donuts in intersections saying, "What up, cut? Yeah, I got the new HELLCAT, yeah? Hey, watch me whip this so cut. Huh? That's how HELLCAT people talk, you get me?" Now in the USA, you get two different types of supercar owners. You of course have the purists and, yep, you guessed it, the crazy people. And today, I'm going to be showing you how to modify your car like a crazy person. So first of all, you need a supercar. Now you have a choice of two cars, either a Lamborghini Huracan or an Audi R8. So the first thing we're going to do is go to the conversions and install a Liberty Walk widebody kit. Now for the wheels, let's install some really expensive wheels, maybe some rotiforms. Now we can put the car on air suspension. Oh, and also don't forget to put a wing on the car. And now to paint the car, we're going to paint it a really unique color. By unique color, I mean let's go into satin and make it satin black. Actually, you know what? I have an idea for this car. We are gonna make this car half grey, half black. Yep, that is crazy. And you know what? This car kind of reminds me of that, you know, that half and half like Tottenham kit which Gareth Bale wore. Yeah, it looks like that, man. And now it is time to add more power, baby. So we're going to add some twin turbochargers, which takes it to 837 brake horsepower. Also, don't forget to straight pipe the car as well. Oh, listen to that, man. Listen. Now the final step is a sheepy race sticker on the side of the car. And now you're done. Yep, you can now decimate any single car you run into on the highway. So find them Tesla plants here and show them who's boss, because those Tesla drivers are getting a little bit too cocky, you get me? Now, if you're an American car guy who has a budget of around 20 grand, a go-to Japanese car is of course a BRZ, or a Scion FRS, or a GT86. Do you guys have GT86s in America? I don't know. But yeah, man, it's one of these cars, you get me? So how do you modify a car like this? Well, let me show you. Now, the first thing we need to do is inevitable. Come on, Rocket Bunny kit, look at that. And now let's go to the wing, and now let's install a crazy wing like this. Now let's install some stupidly expensive wheels like this. Now let's slam the car all the way to the ground. Now let's install the loudest exhaust you can find. Yeah, that's crazy. Now to paint the car, let's go for a really pastel-y looking color, maybe something like this. Okay, and now let's paint the wheels white because I don't know. Now let's tint the windows the same color as the car to be edgy. Now let's paint the brake calipers a completely different color, maybe something like a pink. Maybe? And now, oh, what's that? You don't have any money for engine mods? Oh no! Anyway, now you can drive in your crazy aggressive looking sports car which hits 0 to 60 in 7.3 seconds. Probably 8 seconds with this body kit. Liking JDM cars in America is a little bit too common, so maybe you want to be a little bit different. Well, if this is you, then why not like EUDM instead? Even though EUDM in America is basically just German cars. So to be a part of the EUDM community, get yourself a German car, maybe something like a Golf. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is go to the suspension and absolutely slam it to the ground. Now in terms of wheels, there's only one wheel you can go for. If you go for any other type of wheel, then that is illegal, and that is the BBSRE. But ideally you want to go for the CHR, but that is not in the game. Next thing you're going to want to do is go to the exhaust and make sure it's as loud as possible. Yeah, that is pretty loud. Next thing you're going to want to do is stick on as many German related stickers you can find. And to finish it off, give your car a German number plate for all the European car meets you're going to go to. And you are done. Your EUDM car build is finally complete. I mean, why would you call it an EUDM car build if you're just going to use German cars? Like, where's the love for French cars, British cars, Spanish cars, Swedish cars? Cars from the Czech Republic, honestly man, I can't take this European disrespect. After so many years of watching Fast and Furious, you finally bought yourself a Toyota Supra. Oh, but what's that? The one from Fast and Furious is a little bit too ricey and you want a new way to modify your Supra? Well, let me show you, okay? So first of all, let's go to the bumper and now look at all the choice you have. Oh, so much choice, but let's go for this one. Now for the wing, well, there's no TRD spoiler, so let's stick to the stock one. Hey, for the rear bumper here, we're gonna have to put on a fat exhaust like this here, come on. Now for the wheels, there's only really one wheel which you can choose, and those are, yep, Workmeister S1s. In terms of engine mods, single turbo swap. Now let's go to the turbo and make it as powerful as we can with the anti-lag. Come on, listen to that. Also, don't forget to straight pipe the car as well because, yeah, we need some of that, you get me? And now to paint the car, well, come on, what other color can I go for? And just like that, you built your very unique looking Supra, which doesn't look like any other Supra I've seen on the internet. Look at that, very unique, very original, well done. Now, some Americans don't care about how cars feel to drive, but instead how they make you feel. And you know, some Americans want a bit of compensation, they want to feel powerful, and to do this, you need to get yourself a pickup truck. Anyways, once you got your car or the truck, well, you need to raise the suspension, which does nothing. Then make sure to keep the stock wheels, but make the tire profile as big as you can. Oh my days, oh hell yeah brother, you tuned into the Cletus McFarlane show. Now go to the exhaust and straight pipe the car so that you can roll as much coal as you can. Oh, look at that coal. Oh, look at that. Hey, you don't get exhaust smoke in this game, but hey, you know what? I'm gonna edit it in, you get me? Finally, give this car some very patriotic stickers, and you are done. Now you can roll around in the streets in your what the f is a kilometer mobile, and you can annoy a lot of people who like to dye their hair blue, if you know what I mean. In the USA and basically worldwide, you get so many BMW drivers. Oh, and also, I'm not talking about BMW drivers, I'm talking about BMW drivers, you get me? Anyways, how can you be one of those BMW drivers? Well, the first thing you need to do is go to Aero and Appearance and of course install a splitter kit. Then make sure to lower your car like this. Then make sure to tint your windows as dark as you can. And for the wing mirrors, yep, you already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna make them carbon fiber. But we're missing one thing on this car. One thing that's gonna completely transform this car and make you a certified BMW driver. And that is a burble tune. And now you're done. You can now burble your way through the local neighborhood in your burbly BMW M4. Oh, and also don't call this a BMW M4, call this an F82 because that's how BMW drivers talk. And yeah man, now you'll be accepted by all the BMW drivers. Now, Americans always want to feel like the main character of their own movie, but some Americans take it a little bit too serious and yeah, it's a bit cringe. So to be like one of these people, get yourself a very loud, obnoxious, in-your-face car, maybe something like, I don't know, a Trackhawk. Anyways, once you got your car, you need to put on the most obnoxious looking wheels you can find. And now you can go to the exhaust and make it as loud as you can. Oh, look at that, it's so loud you can barely hear me, that's mud. Then make sure to tint the windows as dark as you can, even though you're gonna roll it down for 90% of the time so people can look at you, so you can like show off, like be like, hey, look at me, it's me, you get me. You know what, for this car we're gonna go for a green like this. Also make sure the wheels are matching the paint on the car like this. And now you can give this car a really brave design. Make sure to make it as weird as you can. Make sure to put your cringy Instagram handle on the side of your car. And just like that, you're done. You are now the flashiest person in town, and you can roll around to the shops and be like, hey yo, I'm Rasta Trackhawk Don, man.